So there is something called reverse engineering in many fields, not just programming. But when it comes to programming, reverse engineering a product means looking at it from the outside and then trying to figure out some insights of how the software works. So, for example, if you have WhatsApp application, okay, and obviously you don't have access to the source code of WhatsApp, okay, now you want to figure out how the messaging system works on WhatsApp. You take two phones, you put them side by side, okay, and then you start chatting to each other, okay. From the moment you write the first message to the moment the other person receives that message, how much is the delay? You know, like it's super quick. It's like a millisecond. Okay, so how is WhatsApp working there? How is it able to send a message so quickly? Okay, now if you want to figure that out, you have to reverse engineer the app. Okay, maybe you can like I haven't done this. I'm just speaking off the top of my head, just as an example. Maybe you can open developer mode and see how things are kind of working. Maybe you can do this some of the guesswork. Maybe if you have some knowledge of WebSockets, you can kind of guess that there is a pool of connections. When a server receives a request, it updates the pool, and then um, when the pool is updated, all the connections um, are notified instantly. Maybe it's working like that. Okay, so once you have kind of figured that out, obviously you're not gonna get 100% right, but once you kind of figured that out, you have sort of reverse engineered that system, and now you understand how it works. So, just understanding how things work is a huge part of web development. Okay, system design and all that sort of stuff. Just kind of understanding how could WhatsApp be doing that? Does it store the information into the database before it um, sends these messages? I don't know. Okay, when you delete a message, for example, does it delete from the database as well? Maybe you would need to read their privacy policy. That might have some information. So once you kind of reverse engineer how the product is is made, you will gain valuable insights into that product, and that you take that insight and you can apply that anywhere into your own product, into the company you're working for. So this is the thing in web development I quickly wanted to explain. To reverse engineer anything, you have to first know how it works. You have to just play with it. So now imagine you're trying to ask someone to build something like WhatsApp when they have never worked on WhatsApp. Okay, it's going to be really difficult, and it's going to be slightly easier for someone who has been using WhatsApp day to day. Okay, so you have to use the product so you can reverse engineer it, and then you can extract insights from it. So that's the whole concept of reverse engineering comes in web development when it comes to learning new things. First, use that product, use it extensively, break it, do plenty of things. If you have to use it for a month, use it for a month, just get familiar with every single thing. Then you reverse engineer that product, figure out how it's built. Obviously, you don't have access to the source code, so you'll have to use your own thinking. That's step number two. And third step is, now that you have the knowledge, you can build something similar, or you can take that knowledge and you can apply it elsewhere. So pay attention to those things. Sometimes people are assigned some weird tasks here and there, at work, or they just think, what am I doing in this interface? It's weird thing, what am I actually going to learn from this invoicing software that I'm using to issue invoices? Well, the thing is, if you have to reverse engineer something like this, you already know, you already done the first step of using it extensively, and there is second step of reverse engineering, gaining the insights, and then obviously taking that knowledge and then applying it elsewhere. So these things are important kind of in software development. A lot of times when you speak to people and you ask them to build something, it's not they don't have the technical knowledge, it's not that they're not technical. It's just in their mind the question is, how am I going to do that? How will this particular functionality be built? How can I actually do it? I have never done it. They would have known this if they sort of try to reverse engineer different applications. So this is kind of one very strange, but this is a way to also gain some knowledge and excel in web development.